Oh, perfect timing! I've picked up a reading on a new artifact. Ready for your next assignment? This time, you'll be going to a different Alistellian timeline. It seems this artifact is somehow affecting the citizens. I imagine things will calm down after you acquire the artifact. But depending on the state of the city, you might have to fight for it. Be careful.
So this is Alistel. We're to meet with Vanoss and gather intel, but it appears we beat him here.
Whew. That didn't take so long. Ah, Stock. I'm glad we could convene in safety. Let's begin at once.
Hey! It's an emergency!
Huh? What is the meaning of this?
People seem to be frightened of Beastkind for some reason. In any case, it's dangerous for you to stay here. Vanoss, hurry out of Alistel at once.
Right.
These people are acting abnormally, even for humans. What do we do now?
Come on. We need to find out why the Alistellians are acting like this.
Yes. Cannot leave this be.
Hey. Hey. Honestly.
Stop at once. What you hold there is a danger to yourself and to others. Cast it away before you do something you'll truly regret.
Is that Noah?
Now please, hand that over.
Not even the Prophet's pleas can stop him? Noah, get back! He's not in his right mind!
Heads up, Red One. He's coming after us now.
Can't get careless.
This'll get him!
Let's go.
Leave it to me! I'll get him!
Ha!
Take this!
Hurry!
This'll get him!
Now! Here I come!
Let's go!
Sorry. We had to win this.
You need not be afraid anymore. This object is the product of a strange and terrible magic. It shows a reality unlike our own. A glimpse into a future where humans and beast kind are at war.
And the sight of that is what upset the people of Alistel. I understand now.
That is absurd. We've survived this long because we don't get dragged into human squabbles.
The last thing I desire is for blood to be shed over skin-deep differences. Nor do I want the people of Alistel to hold such blind hatred in their hearts. I had hoped to end the war before it escalated too far, yet the fight rages on. Violence is now a fact of life.
Noah.
But I digress. My apologies. Regardless, this accursed thing should not exist here. Would you please dispose of it? Destroy it if you can. Or take it where none will ever find it.
I will. I promise you.
Well, that escalated quickly. Am I right, Red One? Anyway, let's return to Celestia and report what transpired here.
Welcome back, Stalk. Did you manage to locate the artifact?
Located and retrieved it. Yes. Here.
Bingo! We're one step closer to preventing the desertification. lot of people seemed affected, though. Did the going get tough?
It most certainly did. Everyone was affected by the artifact. The whole city was panicked. The people of Alistel must have been deeply concerned by the possible future they saw.
True. But beast kind or human, we can all find some common ground. Or so I'd like to believe. There must be a world where they come to understand each other. Anything is possible, after all.
Agreed.
Let's put on our thinking caps and find some artifacts. You're... Oh. Ready for your... I had to think it over a bit, but I've decided to come with you to this potential world.
Oh? Is something the matter?
This artifact's reading is just too vague. There's no telling what could happen.
Right. I have no problem with you joining me in that case.
Good to hear. Let's get going.
Alistel again, huh?
On that subject, did you know that Noah left Granorg to found Alistel over 70 years ago? According to the history books, Thaumatek was first developed at Alistel, but in actuality... never mind. We should be finding the artifact.
The prism isn't picking much up. Do you know anything else about this artifact, Nemesia?
Interestingly enough, the reading actually wasn't in Alistel before, but it seems to be here now. Why don't we try looking around?
Well... Say. Damn.
Welcome.
There we go. The artifact must be one of these pieces of coal.
Bingo. No doubt about it.
But why would something so precious be disguised as such a pedestrian object?
It must have failed to manifest its full potential. That explains why the readings were so weak.
Damn it. I can't tell which one is really the artifact.
We could see which one reacts to the prism, but there's too many to check them one at a time.
Is there some other way we could figure out which piece is the artifact?
It'd be impossible to tell real coal apart from an artifact that just looks like coal. Unless an expert could figure it out. Maybe you can learn the trade secret from a coal miner.
Wanna buy something?
Excuse me. Do you know how to tell the difference between Alma coal and other rocks?
Yes.
Would you mind teaching me? I'll do whatever it takes.
All right.
No, I can't think about it. I have to feel.
Ah.
I can sense the mana now. This should let me pick the artifact out of...
Oh.
Much appreciated. You were a great help.
Welcome.
There we go. The artifact must be one of these pieces of coal.
Bingo. No doubt about it.
But why would something so precious be disguised as such a pedestrian object?
It must have failed to manifest its full potential. That explains why the readings were so weak. But how are we gonna find an artifact amid all this coal?
Leave it to me. I can handle it. All right. Excuse me. I'll take this one.
Here, this should cover it.
Come again.
Looks like the prism's reacting. This is definitely our artifact.
Wow, you can do anything. Color me impressed, Stock.
I'm just as surprised as you are, believe me.
Okay, let's head to the ship. And we're back. I'm so glad we managed to dig that one up.
As am I. Oh, here, before I forget.
Thanks, Stock. You deserve a trophy for Best Artifact Hunter. Thank you for being punctual. I'm glad I can count on you. You're always welcome.
Selvon, Diaz, what brings you here?
We come to beg a favor of your majesty. This will be my first and final request.
Go on. What is it?
I humbly beseech you to save Granorg.
We have lost the battle in the Grand Plain, and the Alistel army draws near. If they continue, Granorg will be razed. We desire, above all else, to save at least the citizenry from the army's wrath.
I bear no love for the churls, but if this request comes from you two, I shall entertain it. But I am neither strategist nor warrior. How would you have me save this kingdom?
Your wit is ever so lacking.
Excuse me?
Now.
What are you doing? Cease this insolence! Stop, I say! Unhand me at once! Selvon, what is the meaning of this?
You needn't lift a finger. Countless lives will be saved by your head alone. Take her away.
No! This cannot be! No! Aim! Fire!
Lieutenant General Raoul, and all of you as well. I'm so sorry. The world's in such a mess, and I...
Hey, anyone would have done the same.
You still came back to us. There's no need to apologize.
Lieutenant General, thank you.
You needn't thank me. On the contrary, the one we should be thanking is Stock.
Right. Thanks for everything, Stock. Without you, I never could have faced everyone like this.
You got back on your feet by your own strength.
Nah, if you hadn't gone to such extremes, I'd still be...
All right. Hasn't this gone on long enough?
Seconded. Stock believed in Rosh, and Rosh rose to the occasion. Let's just call it even.
What's the matter, Lady Art?
Stock and Rosh remind me of you and Samra, that's all.
Samra?
He's one of Elm's friends, and he's a good swordsman, too.
Oh, please. I'd use the word friend lightly.
But Samra left Celestia. He took Historia and...
I believe you've said quite enough, Lady Art. Let's get to business, humans.
Indeed. We should start by reviewing the current situation. As you are all aware, Granorg has fallen. Worse still, it was by Alistel's hand.
So Alistel finally brought the fight to Granorg. I don't want to imagine how many casualties there were.
Actually, there were fewer than we expected. Selvon and Diaz made a secret pact with Hugo and surrendered Queen Protea.
Those bastards! They sold out their own queen?
Their alliance was made quite clear by the coded document that Stock stole. These people were manipulating the war from the beginning for little more than power. Hugo waited as long as possible to invade Granorg, and acted just before anyone grew suspicious. That gave Selvon enough time to minimize the casualties. And as a result, Queen Protea was surrendered and executed just the other day.
Executed? I'd like to say she deserved it. But nobody deserves to get stabbed in the back by those they trust the most. Then there's that bastard Hugo, using the war to seize power. That's all kinds of messed up.
Indeed, using the whole of Alistel for one man's gain is not something we can forgive. Which brings us to Noah and Hugo. They've moved their base of operations to Granorg. They hope to bring out a full-scale enlightenment to the people there. Everything went according to plan with Hugo's speech, too. It seems they will launch their offensive against Cygnus and Celestia to fuel their hatred.
How many soldiers will be sent to Cygnus?
According to Vanos's report, about 20,000. The major skirmish will most likely take place in Scala for its strategic advantage. On the other hand, as little as 2,000 troops may be sent to Celestia.
So one squadron has 20,000, and the other has only 2. I know Scala's important and all, but it kind of feels like they're underestimating us.
It is nevertheless to our advantage. Our military is even smaller, but we know our terrain. We should be able to fight sufficiently enough.
First, we have to stop the Alistel detachment headed our way. The Patriarch and I will devise an operation to ensure that we do. Are there any questions?
Reporting!
So they're moving. It's just as I've predicted thus far. Granorg may be down, but they are not out. Have you forgotten about the one in Cygnus?
Indeed.
Regardless, our primary concern must be to bolster our defense and survive here. We'll be counting on you all.
You better put in double time to make up for all that moping around, Rosh.
I know.
Don't forget about us too!
Yeah, we're in this together.
I know I have some flaws, but Stock, everyone, please stick with me through this.
We're counting on you, Captain Rosh. Now, let's move out.
Well then.
What are humans? I'd always heard that humans were evil. But Vanos, Lise, and Lady Ott didn't think that way. They went out into the human world, just like my best friend. His name was Samra. He was a warrior and a village hero. Samra was kind to everyone and loved by all. He was very important to me as well. But one day, he left and never returned.
What happened to him?
It was a long time ago. Our village wasn't here, and we didn't have a barrier. Since we Satiros have the power to control mana, Hugo took an interest in us and stormed our lands. Our homes were almost entirely destroyed. Those who survived hid in the forest. It was Samra who decided to do something at this time. He went to Alistel alone, to make sure this incident would never be repeated. He wanted to create a world where everyone could live together in harmony. And that was the last time I ever saw him.
Then Samra.
He was probably killed or captured. But if he was captured, Alistel would have said something. Since we haven't heard anything, he's most likely. Thank you for listening. I was hoping you might have heard something because you were in the Alistelian army. If you ever hear anything concrete about Samra, please tell me. Thank you for listening. If you ever...
As long as Hugo goes undefeated, we have no future. Please, I know you and your crew can do it.
Lately, I've been researching ways to make Rasha's gauntlet stronger. There are actually many types of core parts. If I use them, I can upgrade his gauntlet. That should be useful in future battles, but I don't really have a way of finding these other parts. You're going to look for them? Thank you, Stock. I really appreciate it. I've only seen these core parts in books, but the ones I'm looking for are... Let's see... There's an Impale core part, a Blast core part, and a Haste core part. Please bring them to me if you find any. If you can find these, they should be a great help.
As long as Hugo... Please.
Oh, core parts! Now I can strengthen Rosh's gauntlet. Are you ready, Rosh?
Hey, what are you trying to do? I don't like that look in your eyes.
Don't worry, it won't hurt much.
Sonia, calm down. Let's talk this over.
No. You look quite dashing, dear.
I thought I was going to die.
If you find any more parts, you know where to bring them.
Ugh, please, don't find any more parts.
What was that, Raj?
I just said I'm so relieved. No, I'm so let's go, Stock. I can't wait to test out all the new powers of my gauntlet.